Greetings, everybody. Winemaker Tim here. Reaching out to you today from the beautiful sensory lab at CNM. Anyway, the reason I'm reaching out to you today is I had a bit of an epiphany. Thought I'd share it with you. So, I've had my whole life, been tasting wine, judging wine, all that kind of stuff. And I've had one in particular that I've always been stuck in my craw a little bit, and it's been Pet-Nat. And I have had many bad Pet-Nats, tons of them, that I find absolutely unbelievably dangerously offensive. And I'm here today because I had a bit of a mea culpa. And it was that, I tasted a bunch of Pet-Nats the other day. We brought one in from Oregon that was so smoke tainted and awful, it made my face hurt. We had another one out of South Africa. Oh my God, it smelled like somebody put a cow in the bottle, like literally. It was rough. But then one of my students pointed out that, hey, look at the reviews. And sure enough, there were some pretty good reviews. I mean, maybe some of them were astroturf, but some of them seemed genuine. So it got me thinking, who am I to judge? So one more thing. I started thinking about all the additives we put in wine, right? And everybody knows there's this one famous California Cabernet, spends about $75 a bottle, and it's a little bit darker and sweeter than it should be. And I find it interesting because it gets posted up on all the little wine blogs I follow, and somebody finally finds a red wine they like, and they get really excited that they have this big California wine they finally spent some real money on. And as soon as they post that bottle, everybody comes marching in and going, oh my God, that wine's got mega purple in it. Oh my God, it's additives. Oh my God, it's blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden I was like, so guess what? It's just grape juice they added back. Yeah, grape juice concentrate. And I've got the receipts. You know why? Because that kind of wine, mega purple in particular, comes from two grapes. We call them Teinturiers. One is Alicante Bouschet, another one's Ruby Red. And they have a particularly unique color profile because they have red juice too. And so they concentrate it and put it in wine because it makes it really dark and a little bit sweet. Super impressive, super unctuous, super sweet. You know, it's a little bit like cola, you know? And I was like, I've pooped on that wine plenty of times. Then I was thinking, so somebody liked it. They enjoyed it. They drank it. And then what do we do as winemakers? We come in and we judge and we poop all over their parade. And they finally got a wine they liked and then we laughed at them. And then what do you think they're going to do? Buy another bottle? I'm not thinking that's the case. So I'm kind of getting off my high horse in a certain way because I started thinking about some other things. So we complain that they add grape juice back to wine. Yeah, concentrated grape juice back to grape juice. Oh my God, like that's the worst thing in the world. So let's kind of take this out as a logical conclusion. So all you folks that have your high and mighty, I'm better than anybody, you have absolutely no problem that they add chicken ovum to red wines in France. Like, oh my God, because they add chicken, egg white fining is normal. Oh, that's fine. Add chicken eggs, fine. Add the air bladder of a sturgeon fish to a wine. Sure, no problem. That's called isinglass. Then maybe we add gelatin, which is boiled bones to lighten things up or strip a wine or settle it out. Plenty of winemakers I know use PVPP, which is plastic, and we dump that in the wine. No problem there because it's not in the wine anymore. And so I'm like, well, got me thinking about a winemaker that I met with a long time ago, had made a rosé, and the rosé was a little bit too dark in color, so they put some gelatin in it. Problem with gelatin is it doesn't work very well in rosés. You got to counterfine it, usually with something along the lines of Kieselsol, which is a colloidal silica, to settle that gelatin out. And then after that, notice wine wasn't protein stable, so we added some bentonite to it, add some clay. And then after that, the wine wasn't cold stable, and they were like, what are we going to do? And I said, well, you know, we could add some carboxymethyl cellulose to it, and that'll cold stabilize it. Yeah, no problem there. Anyway, we get all this done, we get it cross-flowed, and the winemaker reaches out to me and says, oh my God, it's just too light in color now. And I said, well, you could add a little bit of Malbec. And that winemaker freaked out. Like, I had threatened the whole mighty down on them because they might have to add a little red wine to adjust their color to the rosé. And I just find it funny where all of us winemakers decide what's good and what isn't. Like, we can throw 300 parts of sulfur in a German Riesling because it's terroir expressive, but God forbid you do that to something here because then you're adding too much sulfite. We've been on that rant before. And so I just kind of wonder, maybe we should get off our high horse for a while. That's what I'm thinking about. We are all like the popular girls in school that all sitting around cackling like chickens. Like, oh, my wine's better than your wine. This wine's better than that. We're all judging everybody on everything. We're giving points to something, and we wonder why our ultra-exclusive wine industry isn't inclusive. No matter how many flags we fly, it doesn't show that we're including anybody. We're just showing that we're overpriced, and we're snobby. And I don't know. But anyway, I'm just saying, a Pet-Nat, maybe there's a place for it. And maybe I need to stop bitching, because I had a little Brachetto the other night that was charming as the day is long, and I thought, I would have never tried this before because it's a Pet-Nat. And darn it, I guess I got some learning to do. So I want to thank Esther for pointing that out to me, and I'd like to thank Jenny for buying it and making me think about, if we're getting wine in people's mouths, maybe we ought to stop complaining so much. Anyway, just my thoughts for the day. Love y'all. Have a wonderful one.